everyone, today we're knitting the first beanie using the beginner-friendly kit from Sierra Yarns. This tutorial will walk you through the whole thing from start to finish. The pattern details will appear throughout the video, and those same instructions are also in the written pattern that comes with your kit. As you follow along, feel free to pause anytime you need to capture information on screen. Let's start with a quick overview of the pattern. The first beanie is worked entirely in the round in stockinette stitch, which just means that you knit every stitch every round. So you'll start on the cast on edge, which becomes the brim of the hat, and then when you're finished knitting the body, the edge folds up naturally to create the cuff that you see in the photo and video. The top is closed by threading the live stitches onto a length of yarn and pulling it tight. So there's no complicated decreases, no double pointed needles. It's just a really beginner-friendly pattern to make. Your kit includes one hank of Andean solid from Sierra Yarns, a set of 6mm circular needles, and a woven label. You'll also want to have a measuring tape, stitch markers, a tapestry and sewing needle, thread to sew your woven label to your hat, and a pair of scissors. Here are the abbreviations used in this pattern. You'll see these throughout the written instructions, so it's worth getting familiar with them. You can go ahead and pause the screen if you need time to read. Before we start knitting, we'll go through all the techniques used in this tutorial. Some of these are only used for the gauge swatch, and I'll note that as we go. If you're already familiar with any of these, you can skip ahead. To make the long tail cast on, you'll start with a slip knot. Then you'll place that slip knot on the needle, and with the long tail over the thumb and the working yarn over the index finger, insert the needle upward through the loop on your thumb, catch the yarn from the index finger, and draw it through the loop. You'll then drop the loop from your thumb and tighten the stitch on the needle. Repeat across until you have the number of stitches you need to cast on. The knit stitch is the stitch you will use to make the body of this hat. To make the knit stitch, insert your right needle into the front of the stitch from left to right. Then wrap your working yarn around the needle, pull the new loop through, and slide the original stitch off the left needle. The purl stitch is only used for the gauge swatch in this project. To purl, bring the yarn to the front of the work first, then insert your right needle into the stitch from right to left. Wrap the yarn around the needle, pull the new loop through, and slide the original stitch off the left needle. The traditional bind off is used to finish your gauge swatch. To bind off, knit the first 2 stitches, then use the tip of your left needle to lift the first stitch over the second and off the needle. You'll continue this across. The yarn in this kit comes in a hank, which means it needs to be wound before knitting. If you don't have a yarn winder or a yarn swift, no worries, you can wind it by hand with a little time and patience. To begin, slide off the yarn label and set it aside. Then unwind and untwist the hank into a large loop. Once the loop is open, locate the tie holding the strands together and either untie it or carefully cut it. The tie is where you'll find both ends of the yarn. Make sure you don't lose them, otherwise you may end up in a tangle. Ask me how I know. Then place the loop over something stable while you wind, like the back of 2 chairs, or in this case, I'm just using an electric candle because it was right in front of me. You just want something to anchor the yarn so it doesn't tangle up on itself. Then take your yarn label, fold it in half, and place one of the yarn ends inside the fold. Then begin wrapping the yarn around the folded label with gentle, even tension. Every few wraps or so, rotate the bundle slightly so the yarn builds into a balanced cake rather than stacking in one direction. Move slowly here, as this will help prevent tangles and make the yarn much easier to work with once knitting begins. Trust me when I say that slow and steady wins the race. Once the yarn is wound, tuck the yarn end into the side of the cake to secure it. Then remove the label from the center, and the yarn should pull freely from the middle of the cake. Now let's check our gauge. This pattern is written as one size, but gauge is what tells you whether that size will actually fit the head that you're knitting for. So before we cast on for the hat, let's knit a small swatch. To begin, cast on 24 stitches. Row 1 is going to be the right side, and you're going to knit every stitch across. For row 2, the wrong side, you're going to purl every stitch across. Then repeat these 2 rows until your swatch measures about 13 centimeters or 5 inches. After binding off and blocking the swatch, you can lay a measuring tape across the swatch and count how many stitches fall within a measured area. You can count stitches within 1 square inch to keep it simple, or measure across 2, 3, or 4 inches and divide that number for a more accurate average. Counting over a larger area helps account for any slight inconsistencies in your tension, but 1 inch works just fine for most knitters. Avoid the very edge stitches on either side since those tend to distort a little bit. Whatever method you use, what you're looking for is your stitches per inch or stitches per centimeter. The pattern's gauge is 14 stitches over 4 inches, which works out to about 3.5 stitches per inch or 1.4 stitches per centimeter. If your swatch matches that, you can follow the pattern and cast on 68 stitches as written, but if your gauge is different, here's how to find your own number. First, measure the head that you're knitting for by wrapping a tape measure around it at the widest point, just above the ears. Then subtract about 1 to 2 centimeters for negative ease. That slight snugness is what keeps the hat on the head instead of sliding around. Then multiply that adjusted measurement by your stitches per inch or stitches per centimeter, and that's your cast-on number. If the number doesn't land on a whole stitch, just round to the nearest one. It really won't affect the fit in a noticeable way. You can also adjust the length of the hat. If you want more slouch, just knit a few rounds longer. If you want a shallower cuff or a shorter hat, just stop a few rounds earlier. No math is required for that part. You may just want to try the hat on as you go, or have the person you're knitting for try it on for you. Another note, if you decide to adjust the pattern, changing the stitch count doesn't change anything else about how you work the First Beanie pattern. You'll still join in the round, knit every round in stockinette, and close the top the same way. The only number that changes is your cast-on number. We're going to use the long tail cast-on method for this pattern. So you'll want to cast on your stitch count onto your circular needles. If you're following the pattern as written, that's 68 stitches. If you adjusted your size earlier, then use the number that you calculated. To do the long tail cast on, you're going to place a slip knot on your needle with the tail end closest to you and the working yarn from the ball furthest from you. That will be your first stitch. Then you'll set up the slingshot position with the tail yarn over your thumb and the working yarn over your index finger. Hold both strands in your palm with your remaining fingers to keep the tension. From there, insert the tip of your needle upward through the loop on your thumb. Swing the needle over and catch the yarn on your index finger, drawing it back through the thumb loop. Then drop the loop off your thumb and use your thumb to tighten the new stitch onto the needle. That's one stitch. Then reposition your thumb under the tail yarn and repeat until you have all of your stitches cast on. Remember to keep your tension even, but not too tight. These stitches need to slide along the needle comfortably. This kit includes a longer set of circular needles than what may typically be recommended to knit a hat. With a shorter needle, you can just join in it straight around, but with a longer needle, the stitches can't travel the full circumference. So that's where the magic loop comes in. Move your stitches so they're resting in the middle of the cable from the cast on. Find the midpoint of your stitch count. If you're working 68 stitches, that's between stitch 34 and 35. Then pinch the cable right there and pull a loop of cable outward away from the stitches. You now have 2 equal groups of stitches. Move the stitches so they're sitting on your needles and make sure that they're not twisted. I find it helps to use a tapestry needle to join the round. So I'm going to slip the last stitch on my left needle over to my right needle. And then I'm going to slip the first stitch from that right needle up and over the stitch we just slipped and onto the left needle. And then I'm going to place a stitch marker to mark the beginning of the round. And then I'm going to pull my right needle out of the stitches so all the stitches lay on the cable again. And now we're ready to knit as normal. So it looks a little funny and it may feel a little funny at first, but the more you do it, the easier and more comfortable it gets. Now's the fun part where we get to knit every stitch every round. That's it. We're just making stockinette fabric. To make a knit stitch, insert your needle into the stitch from left to right, wrap your working yarn around the needle, pull up a loop, and take that old stitch off your left needle. So again, insert from left to right, wrap your yarn around, pull through a loop, and take that stitch off. We're just going to keep going until our piece measures about 30 centimeters or about 12 inches from the cast on edge. Make sure you measure from the bottom of the cast on edge and not from the needle, and lay it flat to measure so as not to stretch it. At around the halfway point, you might want to try it on just to get a sense of where things are landing. Remember, the cast on edge will fold up to become the cuff, so make sure you're taking that into consideration when trying it on. This section can take some time, so put on a podcast, settle in, and just enjoy the rhythm of it. Stockinette and the round is genuinely meditative once you get going. A simple way to estimate knitting time is to knit for half an hour at a comfortable pace, then measure the amount of length that you added in that time. This gives an estimate for how long the remaining rows will take. Okay, so I've fast forwarded a little bit and now I've knit 12 inches from the cast on edge. Now we're ready to close the top. When you've reached your desired hat length, it's time to close the top. We're not going to be decreasing or anything. We're just going to use a tapestry needle and a long section of thread. So you want to measure out about 20 to 24 inches of a tail, just so you have enough to weave through the top of that hat. So go ahead and thread your yarn through your needle, and then you're just going to slide all the live stitches from your knitting needle onto the tapestry needle and yarn. You're not binding them off, you're just transferring them onto the yarn tail one by one. I find that it helps if I tighten that yarn every few stitches, just so I'm not having to do that at the very end. So you're going to continue doing this until you've worked your way around all of your stitches. Once all the stitches are on the yarn, hold the hat with the opening at the top and pull the yarn tail firmly. The stitches will gather together and close the top of the hat, and try to pull it as tight as it'll go. Now it's time to weave in the ends. So we really want to secure the top of the hat now that we've cinched it closed. I like to thread my needle around the top stitches again once, and then I take my tapestry needle and thread it to the inside of my hat where I can finish out weaving the end. You'll also have one end along the cast on edge that you'll need to weave in. And I just weave that along the cast on edge a few times, and then I take the needle to the inside of the hat and weave it through a few more stitches just so it's nice and secure. And just as a finishing touch, Sierra Yarns includes this really cute label that you can sew on to your finished garment and showcase that it was handmade by you. So I just use a sewing needle and a coordinating thread and sew the woven label kind of along the edge, catching the knit stitches as I go. And I sew along the right and the left side of the woven label. And that's it. Your hat is all done. Because this is a natural fiber, it's recommended that you hand wash and air dry your hat just to increase the longevity of it. Take a moment to appreciate the hat that you just finished knitting. If this is your first time knitting, congratulations. It's no small feat. It takes real patience and persistence, and you did it. Thank you for choosing Sierra Yarns and for spending this time knitting along. If you have any questions as you work through the pattern, reach out to Sierra Yarns for support. And as always, happy knitting.